There's no such thing as work-life balance. None! Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead. I won an award for, they didn't call it IT, computer. I figured out a way to save $3 million over 10 years, the way we handle our computers. And the computers in those days were big, huge, looked like cars. Now, for somebody that's not tech, how I came up with that idea, I have no idea. But it was about moving them. We used to use all the computers that backed up NATO were on a train. So we were constantly moving them 24/7 around Europe, Western Europe, free Europe. And invariably, when they were on the train, they'd get knocked out of whack because they're going over tracks. So I came up with an idea that we would insulate, instead of having to have the computer guys, which weren't called computer guys in those days, readjust the fucking things, you know, when they were sitting for 2 hours. And so I got an award. And that award was a war bond. They used to call them war bonds. I don't know if they call them war bonds now. And so and there's some pictures on my website of me accepting this award from this general officer. So I'm at the Officers Club now, back in my own base, and I'm drinking at the bar, and I have a two-star general, General Vaughn, on this side of me, and a one-star general, Roy Atterbury. He's the one that used to call me a wetback Mexican, sorry piece of shit. The Army's a sorry fucking place where a wetback Mexican like you can become an officer in this man's Army. Okay. He didn't even know my mother was illegal alien. Otherwise, he was from Texas. He would have really got off of me then. So General Vaughn says, Danny, you ought to buy the drinks for us. Now, when a two-star general tells a first lieutenant that he should buy the drinks, you buy the drinks and you find out why later. So after I bought a couple of drinks, I said, General Vaughn, why should I buy the drinks? Normally, you wouldn't even ask. You guys wouldn't even ask why. But I asked. And he said, well, that big money award we gave you, the Army gave you a couple of weeks ago. And I said, General Vaughn, with the greatest respect, that was a $50 war bond. If I keep it 30 years, it's worth $50. Right now, it's worth about $6.75. And then he said the magic words. A young man like you could get rich in the civilian world. And a bulb went off over my head, like in a cartoon. Rich, civilian world, Danny Peña. Fuck. I was out of the Army in 6 months.